So right here, good, unique view. What do you think happened there? Just take a quick look. Root cause analysis. We did dump the bike. We fell on the inside. We have a row of cars right here. It looks like we're lane filtering. Do you think maybe we collided with the vehicle like right here and then fell this way? But it was a low speed where we didn't go flying, right? He's also got some good gear. So he's being a smart rider, right? All right, so we're going to be riding in the rain. What's a thing that's going to happen in the rain? Lots of traction. Dump the bike. Now, if it's really cold where you're at and it's raining like this, a little bit of sleet, you got to really watch out for, guess what, ice. And then you also have to watch out for the paint, okay? Ooh. That's got to hurt. So one of the things when it comes to the paint, though, and this is what I really want to point out. When it comes to like, hey, we have to ride like we're invisible, that's a very blanket statement. When it comes to, hey, always avoid the paint. Now, I would say, yes, please avoid the paint because then you minimize a lot of issues, but they're starting to put, and I believe they've been putting it for a while. Hopefully they're still doing it. They're putting sand, they're putting granulars, some aggregate inside the paint to where it does create some type of traction. So when they do paint, there is traction. It's not just this slick paint line and then you have the nice grippy asphalt. Now, some places don't do it. So right now it really is, okay, try to avoid the paint. Yeah, truly believe it. But at the same time, don't believe the super duper hype of all paint is bad, okay? But I would recommend you don't apply all your brake pressure on paint or all your swerving on paint. What you can do in this situation is slow it down as far back as possible. You do see that we have what is a roundabout, but that's kind of an intersection, okay? So intersections and corners, you're in orange stage, okay? You identified a possible threat. The reason why we do orange stage when it comes to intersections and corners is because that's where a lot of motorcycle riders die. So if we're going to be doing this right here, going in town, the typical thing is going to be the intersection. So try to slow it down as far as possible because we have the environment to deal with. Since we have the environment to deal with, we really need to use as much of the road as possible to slow down because water will remove some of that traction that we absolutely need for braking. So good, smooth, slow, progressive brake pressure. And when I say slow, I don't mean you need 5,000 feet to slow down for something like this. I just mean you need a little bit more than you typically would when it came to dry asphalt. Your tires should be in good condition because you have been doing your T-clocks and you have been paying attention to them. They are aired up the appropriate way. And now all we have to worry about is our hand movements versus blaming our tires, blaming the paint, blaming cars. We're going to go ahead and blame our skill on this one. So we should be slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. If we can't slow down in time, what is another red stage maneuver that we could do outside of emergency braking? Because we can't slow down in time. We can go ahead and swerve. Now you can swerve in rain. That's perfectly fine. It's in Romania. Yeah. Oh, and then Vasu, another hazard he just mentioned in the chat. Thank you so much. Is that we have lower visibility. So maybe this person, this rider, just didn't see this in time because look at the face shield, completely covered in water. Okay, so think about getting Rain-X that is for plastic or some type of water resistant film, but for plastic. Don't get Rain-X for glass. It'll destroy your face shield. To help prevent fogging, get a pin lock or get a system that has pin lock. So right here, you see how we're starting to slide a little bit? That's that loss of traction. That's really what it is. Too much brake pressure for the tires in the environment. Loss of traction, low-sided, and it's not a good situation. So in that, what can we do if we are new and we want to really make sure we're in the best position possible for mitigating any injuries? And it doesn't have to be new riders. It could be anybody. Is get yourself some gear. We're giving away $800 worth of RevZilla gift cards. Please sign up, join up. Every month, we're doing it. Every month. Oh, the problem is this guy's standing in the way. Come on, get out of here. What do you think that is? All right, he's doing a wheelie. What do you think is going to be the biggest factor here? Definitely ego. Do you think ego is going to be a factor in this situation? Now, ego itself is not the problem. You could be sitting at home with the biggest ego by yourself, and you wouldn't have a problem. Outside of, giving yourself some type of complacency and maybe Dunning-Kruger effect going on. But when does ego become a problem? Ego becomes a problem when you're in charge of a machine that can deliver you going 100 miles an hour easily. Ego's a problem when you let it take control over the good brain, the conscious and the nice angel on your shoulder telling you don't do it. Okay? Ego can be the problem that will make you give it too much throttle. Ego will be the problem in thinking that you can brake on a dime and lane filter going 80 miles an hour. Ego can be the thing that's going to cause you to do a wheelie when you probably shouldn't do a wheelie. So if you can keep your ego in check, you can also keep your, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this in check. You might have the skill for it, but just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. Okay?